Here we are walking into Animal Kingdom. We went home and rested, not for as long as we would have liked, but we got to take a shower, which felt great after having not showered since we left for the airport the night before. So that's always wonderful. There's a lot of people leaving. Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe it won't be so busy. It's a Tuesday. Normally we're here on Fridays through Mondays and it's always busy everywhere, but this hasn't been too bad as far as the crowd levels at Magic Kingdom today. And I'm hoping Animal Kingdom is even shorter than that. I would love to be able to hop on Avatar Flight of Passage if the wait's not too bad. Otherwise, we're gonna rope drop it the next time we're here in a couple of days. If we're really in Animal Kingdom, I totally wasn't lying. There it is, Disney's Animal Kingdom. I always like that sign, I think it's cool. I love the elephant on the top. And it's Disney's apostrophe S. Sometimes we forget if it's Disney or Disney's when it comes to the names.
All right, everybody, here's what we're gonna do. Yikes. I'm gonna play some rhythms, okay? I wanna see how many of you can repeat them back to me. Okay. Here we go, everybody. Go time. There it is. Too easy. Not bad, it's too easy. All right, here's another one. These guys are professionals over here. Okay, let's kick it up a notch. Bam. Oh! Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Now even faster. Whoa! Wait. What? I got one more. Okay, now. This one's gonna be crazy. But I think you guys can handle it, okay? You ready? You ready? Alright, here we go! Try this one! Did you hear something? Me neither. What do we do now? Continue. Hey! What are you doing up there? You done? What? Whose team are you on? I don't know. No. Don't do it. I don't even care. Whole thing's weird. Whoa! I hear a banshee. Whoa! Who wants to hear more banshees? Hey! We're gonna need some more drummers.
You can tell from that last video that we went to Avatar Land, or Pandora, the world of Avatar. We're gonna get some dinner. We're a little hungry before we use our first fast pass. They have a drummer show that you saw in the past clip. We've never stayed and watched a lot of it because I'm not that much of a drummer show guy, but it's impressive enough if you enjoy that kind of thing. It's very loud throughout the entire land when you hear them drumming, but the kids really get into it, so that's something. As is the norm, we got Satu'li Canteen for our dinner because we just love this place so much. It's one of our, if not our favorite, counter service place in all of the resort, or all of Walt Disney World. It's way up there on our list. I got the noodles with the chicken, and then chimichurri and creamy herb. Josh got the chicken with potato hash, which comes with both, what kind of potatoes is it? What kind of potatoes is it?
I believe sweet potato and regular potato.
Sweet and regular potatoes. They called it something else. And he got the creamy herb. And we didn't get desserts this time. They have those delicious little cakes because we wanted to try some desserts that they have around the park that we had read about. So let's dig into these. We're both pretty hungry.
I also see a lot of distrusting faces. How many of you guys, come on, show of hands, be honest, when I first came out here, thought I was one of these guys? Raise your hand if you thought I was one of the bad guys. Sir, you did? And we were bonding. I thought we were friends. What's your name, sir? JJ. Hi, JJ. Guess what? I'm going to tell you, Mr. JJ, a couple things about me and the important differences between me and these guys by playing a game. You guys want to play a game? Say sweet. Sweet. All right, the game we're going to play is called Good Guy, Bad Guy. I'm going to describe something to you, and you tell me, especially you, JJ, whether you think it's a good guy or a bad guy that I'm describing. Let's get started. This was a machine driven by the evil mercenaries by the RDA and destroyed a lot of Pandora. And it was a bad guy. All right. And this, you look right now, is a conservation-driven minded man, myself, your very sweet and super wonderful Pandora Ranger, and I am a good guy. All right, good. Let's do one more round here, just for you, JJ. This has a frosted over cockpit cover, covering the evilness inside, and it was a bad guy. Everybody, come on, scream it out. This is the open air convertible, so you can see my wonderful sweet smile, and I am a bad guy. All right. Well, now that we got that all covered, remember I'm out here to do 5 tests. How many tests? 5 tests. I've only done 1 out of my 5 tests, so I got to move on to test number 2, which is called the free roam test. That's where I take this little baby on a little stroll right around through here. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to make a little path. I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm going to go all the way from here, all the way over to that guy sitting down with the blue shorts on his cell phone. How you doing, guy with blue shorts on your cell phone? Staring down. Well, he's going to be my target anyway. How you doing? What's your name, buddy?
Back up right behind the line here from me.
What's your name?
Back up right behind the line.
Robin! Robin! Everybody say hi, Robin. Hi, Robin. Hey, Robin, don't move. You are my human traffic cone. I need you to stay right there, Robin. Now I'm going to move on to test number 2, which is the free roam test. And in order to kind of get me going, I'm going to look for that vocal stimulation you guys did earlier. And this time on the count of 3, I want all of you to say, "Hey, sweet, move your feet." Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, sweet, move your feet. Here we go. All right, Robin. Don't go anywhere, buddy. Well, I do not want to move. All right. Good. Up, calibrating. A little wonky here. Sorry about that, Will. It won't scare you. You okay, sir? All right, good. Now, Robin, I think either you moved or this thing got calibrated kind of weird. So I'm going to correct it a little bit. Here we go. Oh, no. Overcorrecting a little bit. Well, this is a bit embarrassing, isn't it? You know what? How about I just do one more swing around here, a little U-turn, and I'll go straight into the brake test. Now, as long as I end up next over here, Rob, and I consider this test to be done. The brake test is a simple thing where you engage the brakes. The brakes!
Times I've had food at the Satu'li Canteen. I don't think I've ever videoed what it looks like inside. So it's this sort of very native looking pods as your lights. You get your food and come out. It's very cafeteria looking. We're actually sitting in a shared seating area, so people could come here and sit if they wanted to, but there's plenty of tables, so I doubt anybody will. But it's neat because they actually have, like over there, already reserved for 6 or more, or reserved for parties of 6 or more. That way you don't have one person taking up an entire table. They also have a whole outdoor area through those doors over there. This is the indoor part of it. And one thing I tend to like about these kinds of places is they have refillable soda and refillable water and all that. So there's a whole drink station over there, and it's worth it to get a fountain drink and then keep refilling it. Usually we'll get a fountain drink, drink some because we want some caffeine, and then we'll just continuously fill it with water because we need that more. We're on our way to Navi River Journey. That's our first fast pass. I kept trying to get fast passes for Avatar, Flight of Passage. It's practically impossible, but it's always worth a try. I didn't get any. So we're gonna do the next best thing, And then we might go wait in line because it's dropping, and that's a good sign. So maybe by the end of the night it'll be short enough that we actually want to spend time standing in line. It's incredible. It moves so smoothly. I can't believe how incredible that looks. We just saw a band. I can't pronounce their name, but it's on the drum. I might actually buy their album because I really enjoyed their music so much. Here are a couple of songs by them. The last song I didn't film because I was out there dancing with the rest of the people on the dance floor, which was hard to film and dance at the same time.
In the moonlight, it's far away, my little. Mr. Dear Birdie, get this man away from me. I don't find any of this amusing anymore. You see my bodyguard, I can see your love. I see you body singing, yes. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me Betty's hat, yes. This man walks down the street and says, why am I short of attention? Says I got a short of this man of attention. Oh, my life is so hot. I don't know where my wife is right now. Hey, we'll yeah, boy. Who be my role model? Now that my role model is gone. He stepped right back behind me with something. Roly-poly little fat face, no. All along and long, never incidents and accidents, no, but peace and allegation. Everybody sing it. You see my bodyguard, I can see your long, long, long lost. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me Betty Chat. I hear the sound of the birds singing.
I don't see birds.
They must be having a good old time, yeah. They sound pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
They must be over the other side. Born niggas, born niggas. Born niggas, born niggas. It's the beat of the... Oh, they sound good, yes. They sound good. They're having a good time. Everybody having a good time, yes, sir. If you see my bodyguard, I can see your love. I can call you Betty, oh Betty when you call me, you can call me Betty Chat. This man walks down the street in a strange world. Maybe it's the third world, maybe it's his first time out. Doesn't speak the lingo, he holds no currency. He's a foreign man, he's surrounded by the sound, the sounds of cattle in the marketplace, scattering it up energies. It looks around and rock. This is angels in the architecture. Speeding in it, bending it, says, amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What man? Hallelujah. What is mama? What is mama? I can show you Betty. Betty, when you call me, you can call me every day. Wait, we have a call of the wild, everybody. We're gonna call. Everybody answers the call. This is how it goes. Very easy. Say, Kidele, Kidele, awo, awo, Kidele. Kidele, Kidele, awo. Piece of cake, right? Yes. Kidele, Kidele, awo, awo, Kidele. Kidele, Kidele, awo, awo. Now you say, mama, mama, Kidele. Mama, mama. To you, Pops, papa, papa, Kidele. Papa, papa, Kidele. Yes, I do. Everybody say, Jumbo! Jumbo!
dance for a round. Follow your dancers. It's time for Waka Waka!
There's a food area called Mr. Kamal's, and they have Mr. Kamal's seasoned fries, which are these here. Just regular seasoned fries, but what you're really getting is these dipping sauces. Ketchup, obviously. Tandoori honey mustard, saffron aioli, and spicy honey ketchup. I like the saffron aioli the best because it's kind of mayonnaise-y, and I actually like mayonnaise on my fries. I know that's weird. It's very European. But the other ones are good too. Spicy honey ketchup is great. It's not very ketchup-y, it's much more liquidy, but it coats very well. And the tandoori honey mustard is pretty good. Anyway, we'd heard good things about this.
Finally tried it.
Yes, and we finally tried it. It's nice to have something that you like, you know, fries, but give it some kind of sauces that are unusual for America. We're on our way to Expedition Everest. There's people coming out of the hole and screaming. We have a fast pass for this later, but we wanted to try to single rider it before we went and did our safari fast pass. So we're gonna see what the single rider looks like. It's never usually that bad. I think we'll be okay, and then we'll come back and ride it again. So let's see how single rider looks. There's Epcot over there and the Tower of Terror. I think that's Tower of Terror. Let's see if the eagle comes out. Nope, no eagle. My favorite part is coming up where you go backwards in the dark and feel the G-forces. Here it goes. It's so intense. Alright, so we rode Expedition Everest twice, single rider, and we'll go back again later with our fast pass. The first time, by coincidence, we ended up being sat together, which worked out great. And then the second time, single rider, I was sat with a woman named Allison. She'd never ridden it before, so I was talking her through it. She and her husband have a 2-year-old, so they've been doing the rider swap. And what that is, if you have a child that's not tall enough or old enough to ride one of the rides, you can do a rider swap where essentially you both wait, and then one of you goes on the ride, and then when you get back, the other person goes on the ride without having to go through the whole line again because you both waited together. So they just swap out. I think that's a really neat way for people that have young kids to be able to experience rides without having to stand in double lines. So it was a good time. Now it's off to do the safaris to see what animals we can see. So the safaris were delayed because there were animals on the track, and we decided that we didn't want to wait because we're going to be back in a couple of days and we can do the safaris then. Instead, we just kind of wanted to wander around and take in the ambiance. Also, I am way too chicken to get a real tattoo, but I do love henna tattoos, and so I just got one a second ago. And here's what it looks like. I really like sun symbols, so this works perfectly for me. I've had something similar to this before, but it's different. So it should dry in about 20 minutes, kind of be orangey, and then go to brown, and this will last about a week is what they said. We'll see how that goes, but this is exactly the kind of tattoo I like, the one that's not permanent because I'm way too much of a chicken. So I was walking by here and I was smelling smoke, and so there is a smoking section up there. The reason why I bring up the smoking section is starting tomorrow, May 1st, they are instituting new rules, and one of those is there's not going to be any more smoking sections at all in the parks. You have to go to designated areas outside of the parks. It's been very controversial whenever you see news about it when they first had announced it. And a lot of people were for it, a lot of people were against it, but in any case, there are not going to be any smoking areas at all in the parks. The other change, and this one was also controversial, is there's a limit to the size of a stroller that you can have in the park. so that you can't have giant ones that are practically wagons that you're pulling through the crowd. And I don't know exactly what the sizes are, but you can't have like they literally are like wagons, or so far to the side that they take up way too much room. So we'll see how that goes. I think they'll be a little bit lenient in the first few days afterwards, but then they're gonna start strictly enforcing it. The smoking thing, that'll be interesting to see how that goes. So I'll let you know if anything happens while we're here. The Yak and Yeti is a restaurant we've eaten at before. If you've seen one of my other vlogs, you've seen us eat there, but or actually probably a couple times in different vlogs. But they have next to it, they have sort of this counter service version where you can get some of the dishes in there, but available more quickly. And one of the things they have is this mango pie that we've heard good things about, so we want to try it, see what we think. While we ate our mango pie, we decided to sit in this little area here. It's right next to the water. You can see a bunch of people over there behind me waiting for the rivers of light, which we're not going to see, but it's just this off the beaten path kind of place where it's just us and somebody's hat and sunglasses that we think they left from before. The opinion on the mango pie is that it's delicious. It's really good. It's not as sweet as you would think. It's sweet in the same way that a cheesecake is sweet, where there's definitely that sweetness there, but it's not overpowering. In any case, I would recommend it, and that's at the, I think it's called like the Anandapur Market, which is connected to the Yak and Yeti. And so our time at Animal Kingdom comes to an end. We rode our Fast Pass for Expedition Everest one more time. Made that 3 times tonight. And just sort of walked around and enjoyed some of the ambiance. Now we're heading back to get some well-needed sleep. And we'll start the day tomorrow at Epcot. Join us then.